Hey guys, welcome to another 2-minute training talk. In these short videos, I provide little tips or ideas to help you in your running life. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos or these other 2-minute training tips, and hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. It is such a beautiful day. It's light out, but the sun isn't all the way up, so I don't have direct sunlight. It's a little cloudy and the humidity is lower than usual. Perfect. Alright guys, I am super excited about today's 2-minute training talk because today's 2-minute training talk is about the tempo run. The tempo run is absolutely imperative to your training if you want to get better, if you want to run faster and feel better doing it. So it'll become easier to run faster if you do these tempo runs. It is imperative if you want to race fast. Okay, because I can't run at a tempo pace and hold the camera and speak to it at the same time, most of this video is going to be back at the house after I showered. Today's just an easy run. I'm just out having a good time, just getting some miles in my legs, kind of a recovery. And as soon as I get back and shower, I will talk to you more about the tempo run. This is going to be a good one. You're going to get something out of this. Let's roll the intro. Hold up. I think I just said before the intro that running faster would get easier. No, it is not going to get easier. I don't want you to think by doing tempo runs, running faster will become easier. It won't. Running fast is always going to be at a certain level of difficulty. What I meant is that you will be able to run faster at the same effort that you are currently running slower at. Does that make sense? Alright guys, I don't want anyone getting confused about what a tempo run is, because you're going to hear other terms like aerobic threshold and lactate threshold or LT runs. These are all the same, and they're teaching you to run at that threshold of your aerobic anaerobic pace. So what is a threshold? A threshold is the point at which something changes. So you've got your threshold for pain, above which, you can't take it anymore. You've got the threshold of a house, where 1 minute you're outside the house, the next minute you're inside the house. This is exactly the same with a lactate threshold or tempo run. You are running at the threshold in your aerobic pace, so you're able to maintain it. So as we go on, I'm going to tell you what the tempo run is, or did I just do that, and what it's good for and how it's going to benefit you. This is going to be good. So let me run back to the house, get a shower, and we'll continue this. All right, back to the run. Hey guys, and welcome back. Tempo runs teach your body how to clear lactate from your blood while increasing your running pace. Okay, when you're running at your lactate threshold, when you're running a tempo run, you're still running aerobically, but you are towing the line. You are right at that level between switching over to an anaerobic state. Okay, so when you run, your body burns glucose as its primary source of fuel. When you burn glucose, the primary byproducts are carbon dioxide and lactate. That carbon dioxide and lactate is generally cleared by your body as quick as it's produced, as long as you're running aerobically. When you reach that lactate threshold, your body can no longer clear the lactate as quickly as it's being produced. That's the threshold. That's where things change. Okay, essentially, when the carbon dioxide and lactate increase in your blood, it lowers the pH level, making your blood more acidic. When your blood gets more acidic, that's the feeling that you get when you have fatigue and heavy legs towards the end of a really hard effort. When this happens, you have to slow down or stop so your body can clear the lactate. All right guys, I think that was pretty clear, but let me do a quick diagram to show you exactly what I mean about the lactic threshold in the untrained runner and then the trained runner. Let me apologize ahead of time. These drawings are pretty detailed, they're pretty in-depth, so don't worry if you don't understand right away. You can always rewind and look at it again and really soak up the detail that I put into these drawings. All right, check it out. All right guys, so this chart is going to show you how the lactate threshold rises in correspondence with your pace. This axis is going to be the activity level. At rest, we're going to start low. We're resting, our oxygen uptake is very low, and as we climb up our activity level to a full sprint, we can see that our oxygen uptake increases with our amount of effort. This dotted line will represent our lactate accumulation. And we can see here that it's fairly steady up until about 50%. And I should mention, this is the untrained athlete. So our VO2 max increases until about here, about 50% of the oxygen uptake, and then there is a sharp increase. And this lactate just suddenly increases. So right here is the lactate threshold of our untrained athlete. It's about 50% of their oxygen uptake. Now you might recognize these numbers, they correspond to the VO2 max. An untrained athlete would probably have a lower VO2 max than 55. That's actually very good, but the point is that it falls at about 50% of the untrained athlete's oxygen uptake. So when they get to about half that oxygen uptake, they hit the lactate threshold and then they go into an anaerobic state as they go up. Next, let's look at this graph for the well-trained athlete. So much like the untrained athlete, we have a low oxygen uptake at rest, and then as the effort gets greater, the oxygen uptake also increases. Nothing new there. So we reach our maximum, our VO2 max at a sprint. The difference comes between an untrained athlete and a well-trained athlete in the lactate production and the lactate threshold. We can see here the body is still clearing the lactate as it accumulates, but in the well-trained athlete, the lactate threshold doesn't really occur until 80–90%. Then it just goes through the roof and lactate production accumulates in the body and you have to slow down. So in the trained athlete, this is the lactate threshold. If you remember, the untrained athlete was right here at, let's just call this 50%. The trained athlete was right here, and we'll call this 80%. The difference is clear. This person reaches their lactate threshold earlier than this person. So by running a tempo run right about here, you're right on the threshold, you will teach your body how to run better and process that lactate. By repeatedly training your body, you will move this lactate threshold this way. And this is what you get. Eventually, when you train long enough, you will get it up to a well-trained athlete and your lactate threshold will occur 80–90% of your oxygen uptake. That means this person, the trained athlete, will be running their tempo runs right here. Faster than a run, but still slower than a sprint. Well guys, I hope those diagrams helped. The tempo run will teach your body to delay that lactate threshold. So by becoming fitter, you will delay that lactate threshold and you can run faster before lactate starts to accumulate and you're forced to slow down. I think you can see now why it's so important at where your lactate threshold falls on your aerobic spectrum. Even if you're not racing, wouldn't you like to run a little faster while maintaining the same effort that you currently are now? Tempo runs can do that for you. Also, let's look at it from the perspective of time management. If you can run faster aerobically, you can get your run done, back to the house, and on with the rest of your life. It's a lot like a time machine. Yeah, a tempo run is like a time machine. It gives you more time to do everything else, because you can get that run, you can get it done, you can get it in the books, and get on with the rest of your life. That's about the most positive spin I can put on the tempo run right now. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video or got any value from it, please smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe as always so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you next time. And as always, starting from this video, moving forward, be kind, be happy, and run well. See you. So if you couldn't tell, I'm trying out taglines for my channel. Let me know in the comments what you think. Be kind, be happy, run well, and some kind of iteration mixed up of those things. I think that's important. Let me know what you think. See ya.